Greetings YouTube explorers, yes it's Stiggy here at the Guitar Loft. How's you? Welcome back to another little video. Yeah, I've had some time off for a while, I've had some family things to attend to, but basically what I'm here to do today is, as you can see, this is the project guitar. It's almost finished. I'm just doing the action now. Now a lot of people ask me about action and stuff, but to be fair, that's all down to feel. Some people like it a bit higher, some people like it really low, but I found a nice easy tip for you. You can get action gauges and stuff like that, but you know they cost a bit of money, and if you haven't got the money, then there's a nice little simple tip for you. Okay, the aim of the game with your bridge saddles and stuff, this is the same whether it's a Les Paul or a PRS or an Eggle or something like that, or a Stratocaster or a Telecaster, whatever. Basically, the strings want to follow a nice radius around the actual, follow the radius only a little bit higher of your fingerboard. You need to make sure there's a little bit of a gap. Okay, you don't want it uber low. Those strings have got to rotate. Do you know what I mean? They've got to do the job. Otherwise, it just sounds awful. So, nice, easy, quick tip for you. This isn't going to take too long. Most people are aware of how to do your action on your guitar. You use an Allen wrench like this, or an Allen key, or whatever. In your little sockets. If it's a Les Paul, obviously you've got an adjustable tunematic bridge, and you do that the same way, only with using a screwdriver. So all you're going to need for this, really, you can use your fingers, but it's a bit tricky, because you'd need 3 hands to do it. Stick yourself a capo on your first fret. Let's try and get the guitar back in shot here. And basically what you want to actually do is get yourself, we're all aware of what this is, it's an ongoing joke now, it's a piece of D'Addario card off a string box. And I said to you that when you fret your top fret and your very bottom fret, this should slide nicely in between at the 12th fret. If there's too much slop in it and it goes up and down, then the action's too high, really. But by the time you've fretted those, if your neck relief is right, you should be able to slide that in just nicely. So why not just do that? Okay, get yourself a piece of tape like I've done, piece of insulation tape or gaffer tape or sellotape or whatever you've got. Cut this to the same size as your 12th fret, as your neck, and stick it on. Make sure it's nice and tight and it's not baggy or anything like that. And then basically what that does is you can fret down here on your very last fret, and it should be almost touching. You should be able to hear a little bit of noise coming out of the guitar, but if not, then you need to raise it a little bit. Okay, so like I said, because that's there, it gives you enough play between the actual frets and the strings itself. So just go along and you adjust your saddles accordingly. Now sometimes if your guitar is a little bit worn and maybe your neck's got a little bit of a twist, you might need to do a little bit of fine tuning. But if you put this here on the 12th fret and then you drop your strings down till they're almost touching, but you can still tap it, there's still a little tiny bit of movement, then 9 times out of 10 when you take that off and you string it and you actually tune it back up again, you're going to be in good shape. You might have to do a tiny little tweak here and there to take out any twists or anything like that, or you might have a slight high fret somewhere, but 9 times out of 10 that is going to suit any player out there. Like I said, no one can really set your guitar up for you. A luthier can do it to his specifications. You can say, well, I want it really low or whatever, but it's best to learn how to do it yourself. Okay, and it's as easy as adjusting the saddles up and down. You don't want it massive, you don't want it too low, because then it'll start fretting out all the way up the fretboard. So, just a long story short, stick your piece of card over your 12th, put your capo on your first fret, up there, fret your last fret there with your finger, and you should be able to feel a little bit of play. And then when you tune back up again, if you've done everything right, bang on. No need for expensive fret gauges, no need for anything for action gauges, nothing. All you've used is a piece of cardboard and some tape. That's it. Now that's called cheap, guys. Cheap. Look after yourselves.